Hello, fellow YouTubers. This is Bill McFadden from Tone Pure Music, and in this video, we're going to take a look at 23 brass libraries. Now, some of the brass libraries are especially dedicated to brass only, and some are combinations of brass, string, woodwinds, and so on. But the ones we'll look at have respectable brass ensemble patches, and also we'll look at some with some special effects. So the first one we'll take a look at is Brass Ensemble, and that's by Symphony Essentials. And we're going to take a listen to Aaron Copland's Fanfare for a Common Man. And here we go. So as you see, we're using the trumpets and the horns essential patch. And we'll go ahead and go to the next library. And we're going to get a little more into detail with this brass ensemble. But for now, let's just go ahead and preview each of the libraries using this particular cue. So here we have Metro One. And as you can see, we have 4 trumpets and 9 horns in this particular patch. And then the next one we'll look at is Metro 2. So in Metro 2, we don't actually have trumpets, and we don't have B-flat trumpets, and we don't have French horns, but we do have some flugelhorns and some bass trumpets, and they sound pretty good together, taking the place of the trumpets, the B-flat high trumpets, and also the French horns. So that's an example of Metro 2, some nice brass ensemble patches. We have 3 flugelhorns and 3 bass trumpets. So the next one we'll look at, now we're going to skip by Metro 3 because it does not have either of those patches, and it's primarily special effects for brass, but it's still useful when you need to use brass special effects. So we'll take a look at the next one, Orchestral Tools Inspire. So for that patch, we just played everything with their brass whole ensemble. Inspire is a library. It's really a sketching library, but it does have some nice brass patches, and we will take a look at a few of their brass patches that are included in their library. And then the next one we'll look at is the gold standard, so to speak, dedicated library, Symphonic Brass by Spitfire. So let's take a listen to that. Okay, so that's Spitfires. Here's the interface. It's taking a while to come up. So as you can see, we're using 6 trumpets and we're using 6 horns. And the next one we'll look at is the other gold standard, the Orchestral Tools Berlin Brass. And as you see, we have a trumpet ensemble as well as a horn ensemble. And the cue we're playing is the upper voices for your trumpets and the lower voices for your French horns. And then last, we'll take a look at the Albion One. Okay, sorry about that. Had Metro on at the same time. Here we go. So Albion, well, first of all, you probably noticed that the voicing is lower. It's the same MIDI sequence, but the way they voiced their high brass and their mid brass, that's the way it turned out. And if you try and bring it up an octave, then it's out of the range of the high brass, okay, for this particular patch in Albion One. So as you can see, we have the high brass and the mid brass in this particular patch. And they do also have a low brass, which is handy for sketching as well. Okay, so we've listened to each of the libraries playing that same cue. So in the next video, we're going to get into more of the libraries playing the same cue. So if you like this video, please click like. And if you want to be notified as soon as another video becomes available, please subscribe. Once we've gone through the cue and all of the 23 brass libraries, then we're going to get into some of the details of the various patches available in these libraries, in particular the brass ensemble, the Metro 1, 2, and 3, as well as Inspire, Symphonic Brass, Berlin Brass, other of the brass patches, not just the trumpets and not just the horns. So basically we'll be looking at some of the other ensemble patches and occasionally a solo patch and also special effects patches, which we'll see in Metro 3. So again, if you like the video, please click like. If you wish to subscribe and be notified of upcoming videos without losing track of them, then please subscribe. So this is Bill McFadden signing off from Tone Pure Music.